Hey, welcome. My name is Sean, and today I'm going to be going over hot and cold takes. I asked for some of my followers on Instagram to give me their coldest takes, and what that is a popular take that they agree with, kind of the opposite of a hot take. For an example, for me would be like Dungeon Crawler Carl lives up to the hype, and then I plan on following that up with my thoughts on it and or a hot take to that cold take. So yeah, let's get to it. First up, cold take: libraries are the best. Hot take: uh, there isn't one. Libraries help the world go around, so I don't have a hot take for that. I just agree with it. Or someone said that they do need a TBR that is longer than their arm, and they will never stop adding to it. Hot take: you don't. Just kidding. I lied. You do. Do whatever makes you happy. Have a TBR. That's as long as it needs to be. I mean, look behind me. That's basically my whole TBR. So do it. Do what makes you happy. The world, life's too short not to keep adding to it. The next cold take is JKR can shove off. There is no hot take to this. This is just truth. That author's harmful. So that's my thoughts on that. But if we were to do a hot take for authors, Brandon Sanderson is just okay. I've read one book by him, and the more I think about it, the further I am from having finished that book, the more I'm just like, it was meh. And I am guilty of actually giving it a pretty decent rating to start with, but I don't know if part of that was due to the hype of that author, and so my brain was like, maybe I should give him a high rating. Now, upon reflection, meh. Cold take: buying books is good for mental health. Hot take: book buying bans are for suckers. I agree with the cold take. Um, Life is hard enough without, you know, getting that little bit of serotonin, dopamine, whatever. We need our little shelf trophies. Let us have our little shelf trophies. Okay, cold take. This one is not bookish, but I wanted to add it anyway. It's red Doritos are better than blue, but reality, the purple ones are the best. The hot take I have to that is kettle chips actually take the cake. I'm a fan of kettle chips. So that's my hot take. I feel like not a lot of people agree with me on that. Next cold take is fuck special editions. This feels more like a hot take, which nothing wrong with that. However, I disagree just a little bit, just to an extent. I I can get down with a special edition of, some of my favorite books. I mean, I've got a couple back here. I've got I've got special editions of my favorites. A hot take to that cold take would have to be I do think that there are too many special editions. It's just it's okay if every book doesn't have a special edition. Like you don't need it. And it's also okay to not have multiple special editions of the same book. Although I am guilty of some of it. I do have multiple editions of Dungeon Crawler Carl, but that's different. It's not different. I have the hardcovers, and then I've got the special Kickstarter version of Dungeon Crawler Carl. But that's it. I didn't order any other uh, special edition of those books. I do wish I had the indies though. I digress. Special editions. There can be too many. I think there's just too much. How do I put this? I think that there's too much reliance on a special edition of everything. I understand like 50th anniversary editions or 10th anniversary editions or something with the author, whatever. But the fact that it just seems like every book you read now has some sort of special edition, and there's got to be a line somewhere, right? Right? Anyway, let's move on. Cold take: Harold the Ninth is an incredible book. Hot take: no notes. That's true. It is. It's very incredible. I love it. It's my favorite of the series. No notes. Cold take: listening to audiobooks at 3 times speed is absolute gibberish and bullshit. People miss half the plot. I mean, obviously they said a little bit extra, but my thoughts, I agree with this to an extent. While I personally listen to audiobooks at like 1.25 speed because I'm slow when it comes to listening to stuff like that, I will say that that doesn't mean that others can't interpret or understand that just because you don't. I will say that some people experience audiobooks a lot differently than others. I think it has a lot to do with the attention span. Like if someone were to go up to you and just drag out every single word they say, and you're just like, all right, come on, spit it out, right? But then you go back, and then someone else will come to you, and they're just talking so fast, you're like, whoa, where's the fire, right? It's all about the person, and it's some people just can't handle it when people talk slow, and I understand that at one time speed, people think that that's too slow. The way that I rule of thumb it is if I read on par with the audio narrator without the audio narrator sounding like Alvin and the Chipmunks, then I think that's a good speed for me. I can read a little bit faster than 1.25, but I prefer to listen to it if that way I get my full enjoyment of it. The last cold take that popped up, which could also be considered a hot take, but we're going to say it anyway, is reading the actual special edition copy. This is why it feels like a hot take, right? I think most of you guys missed the assignment. A lot of your cold takes were hot takes. Anyway, hot take? No, I don't have one. Well, maybe. I have no opinion on this. I think it just boils down to preference. Like, I'm not going to read the special edition if there's a chance of damage, and I have 3 dogs, so there's always a chance of damage. And if I have a lesser, if I just so happen to have another copy that's not as expensive or doesn't look as pretty, then I'll probably opt to read that one instead, or the audio, or the ebook. It's really just kind of whatever suits you, honestly. And I want to preface that all this is just a matter of opinions. There's no like right or wrong way. It's really just whatever you feel is best for your experience as far as books. If you want to read the special editions, please read the special editions. If you don't like special editions, don't buy them. I'm gonna still buy them. Well, not all of them. I'll buy. I have learned to resolve to the fact that I want to buy special editions of my favorite books. I went through the whole special edition subscription portion for a while, mostly because I had FOMO, but now I do not have FOMO. Now I'm just like, I haven't touched a single one of those books. I don't need them. And that's where I'm at. So that's why I ended my special edition subscription, and I've resolved to only purchasing special book if it's a favorite. That's where I'm at on that. This was very fun for me to kind of see and read. I wish that more people had responded, but that's okay. It is what it is. What are some cold takes or hot takes that you guys have? Did you agree with any of the ones that I've mentioned before? If so, please let me know down in the comments. That'd be great. And let's chat about it. And as always, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, whatever tickles your fancy. And until next time, see ya.